Hello everyone, this is NHL Hawk News Sports. Hope you enjoyed your day today. In this video, today we're talking about, is it possible for the Blue Jackets to beat the Maple Leafs in the qualifying round? Now before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, be much appreciated. Trying to hit 300 subs for another special video, so thank you so much for your help, and it'd be much appreciated. Thanks so much. So like I said, is it possible for the Blue Jackets to beat the Maple Leafs in the qualifying round? Now, this one, I think people just give the edge to the Leafs. And why? Maybe they think of the offense, or they think of Matthews, they think of Martin, they think of Nylander, they think of Tavares, they think of those guys on the forward group. What an incredible forward group they have. You know, this team could be anything. But we need to look at the Blue Jackets a little. And I have done 3 teams for Is It Possible series. I have done at first the Wild and the Blackhawks. This is my 3rd one doing it. And out of all 3 of these, this one's the most possible one of probably happening the most. The chances are probably higher than Blackhawks and the Wild. So this series is going to be, we talked about the Blackhawks, we talked about the Wild, now we're talking about the Blue Jackets. I want to talk about the Hurricanes, I want to talk about the Canadiens, I want to talk about the Coyotes. Teams are being doubted for getting to the playoffs. Is it possible? I'm trying to give them a chance. So hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Now, here's the lineup. Potentially can be it. If it isn't, it isn't. But I try to put it out here. Josh Anderson is hurt. I put the asterisk next to him. Is he going to be back for the playoffs? I'm not sure, but I put him there. Even Cap Finley still has him on injured reserve, so I'm not sure how that will be going. But if he does, will just fit right into the lineup. And yeah, there you go. But here we go. We have Foligno, Dubois, and Atkinson. Not a bad first line, of course. Last year they stunned the Lightning and won them and shut them out 4-0. A Vezina Trophy. Not Vezina. Oh my goodness. A President Trophy team. First overall in the standings of the National Hockey League versus a second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. In the Eastern Conference, second wildcard spot wins. So, and then move against the Bruins. Of course, Bruins won 4-2 against them in the second round. But is it really possible for the Leafs for the Blue Jackets to do that? Now, last year they had great experience. They beat a team that was known for basically the Lightning to beat the Blue Jackets. There was basically very to none of a chance for people to think the Blue Jackets will win. Now, could this thing happen again? The Maple Leafs, of course, people are giving the Blue Jackets just a little bit more hope, but looking here, the Leafs, right? Going back and forth, we'll see how that goes. But a great top 6, I have to say. Foligno, Dubois, Atkinson, Nyquist, Jenner, Bjorkstrand. The center spot I will have to give to the Leafs. Okay? The center spot has to go to the Leafs on this one. But Dubois, Jenner, and then you have Buddy Robinson, or Eric Robinson, one of them, I can't remember which one it is, Wenberg, and we have Riley Nash, then Shore, Texier, and Benstrom. Not a bad forward group. I would probably get the forward group to the Leafs, the edge to the Leafs there. But let's look at the defense here. We have Zach Werenski, Seth Jones, we have Ryan Murray, Dennis Savard, Dean Cruton, and Marcus Nordavara. Now, I have to give the edge to the Blue Jackets on that defense. But why? Werenski and Jones. And then you have Murray and Savard. That's a great top 4 on defense. Even though Ryan Murray never became that guy that the Blue Jackets hope for, but you gotta say, that's good top 4. And that's really good. Over the Blue Jackets, the defensive errors they have made, looking at this, that looks really good. I have to say, this can be a tight series. This can really be a tight series. You have Merzlikins, Corposano. I would say they saw in Merzlikins. If he plays well, like he did this season, half of the season. Or you give to Corposano, which I would give to Merzlikins. I'm sure John Tortorella would do that and give him that chance and let him play And if he doesn't play well, you give it to Corpusano. But if he most likely plays well, he gets the job. So we'll see how that goes. Merzlikins is a great goaltender. How he positions himself in the net, I really like how he just puts himself so it looks like there is no spots to pick the corner for him. He's just really solid of a guy, and he's just calm. It's a great name because no one can say it. But Merzlikins is definitely, I thought it was Mokitins or Merzlikins, which sounds really weird if you say Merzlikins, but Merzlikins is definitely that guy who can, I would say, be great. Now, who's better, Frederik Andersen or Merzlikins? Now, Frederik Andersen has more experience over Merzlikins, for sure, right? But we'll see how that goes. I like to see what Merzlikins can do in this best of 5. Really interested to see how that goes. Now, in how many games could this happen? You know what I'm going to say? I'm saying in 4 games. And why do I say that? I think if they can get on a roll with that defense and maybe that offense, it can kind of come together here and do something. And that goaltending, Merzlikins gets hot again. I think that's just, that might just disturb the Maple Leafs. You know, like if that could happen, my goodness. Of course, it could happen in the best of 5. It could happen in 5 games, but this would mean it would be 3-1. They win, and that means they move against someone in the playoffs, and it gives the Maple Leafs a chance to win the lottery first of all. Yay! No, I'm joking. Please, no. I'm a Habs fan. I really hope Blue Jackets kind of lose here so the Maple Leafs don't get that first overall spot or have a chance for that 12.5, please. But I kind of want the Blue Jackets to win at the same time because I don't want the Leafs to win, so yikes. Definitely, right? So, who potentially stands out during this best of 5? Now, many players. I'm going to put a couple on the board here. I put the whole first line. You have to put Foligno, you have to put Dubois, you got to put Atkinson. I have to say that is something you have to do. Who else? This time I'm not putting General, but Nyquist and Bjorkstrand. I have to say it's very good. These guys can be great. Nyquist has been to the playoffs with the Detroit Red Wings before, and last year getting traded from Detroit to the San Jose Sharks, and he got to the Western Conference Final. So he knows what he's doing. He can show some great stuff, and he's great on the top 6. So I have to say, good spot for him. Let's move on to the defense here. I have to say the whole top 4, for sure. I left Ryan Muriel, but it's fine. I don't want to put him in. But you could, if you want, you could or not. But I put Savard too. He's just a good, solid top 4 defenseman, for sure. And then in goal, who potentially stands out here? I have to say, Elvis Merzlikins will stand out. I'm telling you how his position in the goal and how calm he is, and that guy can really help here. And if the Blue Jackets are taking over and the Leafs are struggling and they're trying anything they can, and Merzlikins stays calm and makes the saves and do what he can just push them right out and move on. So, I don't think people think this is probably one of the most possible ones I'm going to do in the series. But Next will probably be the Hurricanes I want to talk about, because so many people are saying that the Rangers will win over the Hurricanes, but I want to give that possibility to the Hurricanes, because what if the Rangers get knocked out and they get that 12.5 chance of winning the lottery? And everyone's like, whoa, what happened? What happened? The Rangers supposed to. I'm like, what do you think? The Hurricanes are not good enough? Just put it out there. But we'll get into that next video, or the next time. I hope you'll enjoy. What happens to Josh Anderson, we'll see. But I think they have realistically a chance here. And with John Tortorella, with his Jack Adams season he had this year, and what he has done, I think he can get far with this team. If he can, I feel like he can. Center depth, Dubois. We could use another center depth guy there, but just to say. But thank you for watching. Like the video, ding the bell, comment, share. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.